Now in this video we will analyze a capacitive circuit, any given capacitive circuit, and try to determine the various parameters associated with the circuit. Now let us say if we are given a combination of various capacitors like this. Let us say this is C1, C2 and C3. Now from this diagram you can easily say that C2 and C3 are connected in parallel to each other, and the combination of C2 and C3 is connected in series with C1. Now suppose these are terminals A and B and they are connected with a battery of potential difference V. Now in this case you can directly apply the formula that we studied in the previous videos to find the equivalent capacitance. We can write 1 upon equivalent capacitance will be equal to 1 upon C1 plus the combination of this, because the combination or the equivalent capacitance of C2 and C3 is in series with C1. So we can write directly here the equivalent capacitance of C2 and C3 like this. So if we solve this, the equivalent capacitance of this circuit will be given by this expression. You can solve it yourself, it's pretty easy to solve. Now next thing, that this is the equivalent capacitance, the next thing that we should see how the charges are distributed in the various capacitor. Now since battery is generating charge on this capacitor, the electrons, it is pulling the electrons, and so let us say that this battery generates a positive charge of plus Q1 on this plate. Now this positive charge, the negative of this positive charge is generated on this terminal, on this junction. So here it will be minus Q1, which is divided between C2 and C3. Now we cannot say that C2 and C3 are equal, so we can say that because of this plus Q1 here, a minus Q2 charge is deposited on this plate of C2, and similarly a minus Q3 charge is deposited on this plate. Now as we know that the plates of the capacitor have equal and opposite charge, so that means this will have a plus Q2 charge, this will have a plus Q3 charge, and similarly this will have a minus Q1 charge. So since the entire charge on the three capacitors is generated only by plus Q1, because remember the battery generated only plus Q1 charge, so we can say that the Q1 should be equal to Q2 plus Q3. Now this result can also be obtained by using what is called a nodal analysis. Now we can say that, let us say that we have this junction between the capacitor. If we take this junction, then the total charge on the right side of this junction should be equal to the total charge on the left side of this junction. Or we can, in other words, we can say that at this junction the total charges that can be present here are minus Q1 from here, plus Q2 from here, and plus Q3 from here. So the sum of all the charges on this junction should be equal to 0. So we can write minus Q1 plus Q2 and plus Q3 from these plates at this junction should be equal to 0, or Q2 plus Q3 is equal to Q1. So we see that we get the same result. So you can use either of the concept to justify this. Now the potential difference, if we talk about the potential difference, then since the battery is generating only Q1, the battery is not generating Q2 and Q3. Q2 and Q3 are generated because of the Q1 only. So we can say that Q1 equals to C equivalent into V, as this potential is given by the potential difference of the battery. So this is another important thing that you should keep in mind. Now let us say that this junction, let us say this is X. Now this battery is generating a potential difference V. What does this mean actually? It means that if we say that the positive terminal of the battery on here is the potential of this plate is V, then the potential of the negative plate must be equal to 0, because the potential difference has to be V. So if this is V, then we can say that at point A the potential is V, and at point B the potential is 0. And let us say that at this point the potential is equal to X. So that means we can write here by using this equation, Q1 equals to Q2 plus Q3, we can write that Q1 is equal to C1 into the potential difference on this capacitor. Now the potential difference is equal to V minus X, just like the potential difference on the battery is equal to V minus 0. So the potential difference on C1 will be equal to V minus X. So here we can write V minus X. So this is the general formula, or this is the formula for Q1 for this respective circuit. Similarly with Q2, we can write the capacitance C2 and the potential difference on Q2 will be equal to X minus 0. So we can write here as X. And since in the parallel capacitor the potential difference is same on each parallelly connected capacitor, so that means on C3 also Q3 can be written as C3 into X. So if we solve this, then we get that at junction X, this is the X should be equal to C1 plus C2, C1V upon C1 plus C2 plus C3. So this is another important result. So since we are using this node to justify all the relevant equations, so that's why this type of analysis is called nodal analysis. Now these are very important parameters. Generally a capacitive circuit is defined by using these parameters also only. So we have the equivalent capacitance of the circuit, we have the total charge distribution, and we have the potential at the node.